Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're subscribed. It's been a bit again. Sorry about that. I was really enjoying doing a page in here, so I thought I would try to do this page here. It's caught my eye. We've got like a pretty fishy here and a frog. And you know, I like frogs and snails and fish and stuff, so I mean it's right up my alley. And I thought I would do it in distress ink. So I've got a couple of tones of green for our frog. Our goldfish here is going to have a few different colors in it. Something in that line. I kind of have it's kind of an orangish red, kind of a yellow, kind of a honey color, so they all go together. And then I thought I might add a little of this brighter orange color in there. We have some wood, so I have the gathered twigs for that. My favorite brown color, by the way, that and Vintage Photo. Vintage Photo has more red in it. That one's more of a nice brown, and it has some scorched timber, which is a new color for me. I haven't even used it yet, I don't think, but it'll add some nice coloration to the wood. And I have some blues here in case I want to do a background. You can tell they're well loved. They have splatter paints all over them. This one's just a darker one, a chipped sapphire that I can add in there if I need a darker color to go with the dark greens. Okay, sit still. I also have a water brush and a piece of, this is like a plastic cutting board you can get at the dollar store, and it's just cut down. It's got kind of a textured side that you would use to cut your vegetables, and then it's got a very glassy side here, and I can use both sides if I want to use a water brush. And we're going to get you down a little bit and we'll get started. I thought I'd start on the fish up here first. So we're going to get those colors out for the fishy. If I can pick up things. Okay, we have scattered straw, which is kind of a yellow color. The wild honey, which is a kind of in between the yellow and the rusty hinge color, which is a rust color, kind of on the reddish side. That's why I brought in the little carved pumpkin, which is a orange, but it's obviously not as deep toned as these guys here. So it's quite bright. We'll see if I add that in and how I'm going to go ahead about this. Let's see. We're going to put scattered straw down first. And I'm just going to take it, I'm going to put it right up here in the corner of this pad. See how much I can get down there. And then we're just going to use the water brush here. This is just a regular water brush. We're going to pick up some of that yellow and we're going to add it kind of on his belly down here. Just a little bit, and then we'll add some up in here. This is just a different way of using the distress ink if you aren't comfortable using it with the little pads that come with it. Always just add water to it. And there we've got some yellow down, pretty easy. And I guess the question that probably is popping in everybody's mind, will this leak through if you're using a water brush? So I'm going to just turn the page over. Boom, 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 boom. Say hello to my little alligator. You do not see, you can see the water, but you don't see the ink. Okay. Not a big deal, as long as that's the water and not something else. I want to double check. Fishy. Oh, that's not even, that's coloration from the other page. Fish is here. So yeah, you're not seeing anything here. These are probably from this page and probably can be erased. So I'm not going to worry about that. And if it does bleed through, you can always just use ink and cover up the rest of it. Just getting ink all over the book, but yeah. This is just from pushing pressure down on another page and getting pencil on there. It's not from the fish. Don't worry about that. Usually, if you do not put too much water on a distress ink, I was on the shiny side, right? It won't bleed through too much. If you put a ton of water on it, yes, it will bleed through a little bit, but these pages are really nice. I'm going in now with the wild honey. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to put it on the paper here, the plastic. It's down here, and see, it's a nice kind of an orange color. I should probably tap that so you... gosh, taking lids off of things. Going to kind of put it in these darker areas. It's a little darker than the scattered straws. So we're just going to add it in the darker areas and brush it out. Get it all over my hand because I am sticking it right in there. Okay. Use our washcloth here. And we're going to get some of the rusted hinge. This one. Oh, that's really juicy. Pick some of that up. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. Now I need to get this washed off, and we're going to add in some green on the frog. Still no bleed through where the fish is. Okay. Froggy. We've got forest moss, pine needle, And this rustic wilderness, I think that's probably quite green, but my pencil got down, or my paintbrush got down there, sorry. We're going to start with the lightest color. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the lightest color, and this is the rustic wilderness. And we'll see how good we get here. I don't know. I probably could just use the pad again and just keep, whoop. That's really juicy too. Don't need that much. It's a small frog. But we'll get there. Okay, we'll start down in here. And then bring some of that color out. Down his little legs here. We got some leaves. We can put it on there too. Okay, we're going to find his other leg, but I think it's underneath something. I don't want to touch this. I can put it over there. So, this is a branch. We're going to go green in here. This is moss probably. His leg is here. So we'll go down in here. Other leg, and that's where it goes. There's no toes over there. It's fishes on top of it. Okay, I have no idea where his arm would be on this side, so we're not going to worry about it. Just going to get some water on there. Okay. I'm going to wipe all that off. I don't need that much of that. And we're going to throw in some of the forest moss. It's a nice dark color. Well, I need a little bit, so I'm only going to put a little bit in there. Kind of blend it right on that other green. Okay, down his legs. Okay. Just going to pull some of that color down into his toes. Okay. Now we're going to do the wood. So that is the gathered twigs. Just going to put it on the pad just like we did before with everything else. Pick it up and move it around. So twig, I can see it here, so we're going to start here. Okay, now we're going to get the scorched timber. This one I know is going to be juicy, so I am going to be careful with that one. It's going to be darker, so I'm going to mix the two together a little bit. Add it in. Go right through there because I can smear it out there. We're going to use a little of this in some of these leaves, just where it's the darkest, kind of adding a shadow in here. Okay, wipe that off. Then we'll bring in, I need a reddish color. Okay, Victorian velvet. It's kind of pink. I want to get these berries, got some color on them. think I could probably find a red pencil and do some of that. So we're just going to color these in the Victorian velvet. Add a little on the frog too. Give him a little pink nose here. Around his eyes, on his toes. Elbows. More berries. We'll add some of that into these leaves too. Just on one side. Put a little in this tree. And we're going to add a little in this fish too. All right, let's get that out of the way. Now I'm going to get out some pencils. Since our fish is the driest thing on the planet here, the page, I'm going to add some orange in. I like cadmium red, but it is orangey based color. That's the darkest one here. And we're just going to add some of that in here. Goes pretty good with that rusty hinge. Okay, and then we have brick. This is a Holbein pencil. I just wanted a darker color in the deepest spots here. Okay. And then we're going to add just a touch of burgundy. This is also a Holbein color. Okay, we're also going to use this in the berries. Kind of go around in a little circle here. Just put it on one side where that shadow is. So how are all you doing? Did you have a good Mother's Day and enjoying your weather if it's nice? Around here it's hit and miss. It's spring. It's also May, so we get a lot of showers. An occasional really nice day. It's been a little minute that we have not worked in our backyard because of all the things that were going on. Let's see. Got greens out for the leaves too. Should have gotten out a straw color. See. You look good. What are you? And you. No, I don't plan my colors. I just pull them out every now and then. Okay, we got a light yellow ochre and a green gold. So we're going to take this down. This is the ochre. Get some color on these, I don't know what they are, little wispy pieces. Add some in those leaves. Hopefully you can see all this. I got little buds up here. Add some into the froggy. Into the leg. Okay, now the green gold. Froggy gets some of that too. Put some of that on these leaves. I'm going to throw some back here on this branch that we didn't get any color on. We need a brown back there. I didn't get any browns out. Brown, brown, brown. What a... These are grays. Okay, browns. Nice little pencil. Van-dyck-brown. Okay, we're gonna add some of this down here into the wood. Yeah, so we're redesigning our whole backyard. We gotta redo our deck and redo some of the garden beds because of, like I said, everything that we were going through last year. Some of the garden beds didn't quite fare too well with the hot weather we had and our watering schedule and all that, so we're just going to redo it all. Darken it on both sides of that blade so you can see the blade a little better. Darken the bottom of these. Add a little of that into those leaves too, right where they connect. Okay. Put a little brown around his eye here. His nose. Okay, what else do we need? I need kind of a lighter, I'm gonna bring out you, ivory and a brown ochre. Brown ochre can go in the tree here. Kind of moss up here. We're going to have to change that color. There we go. Greens. I have chromium green opaque. Let's see. The moss. I'm going to throw a couple of colors in here, so it's going to help blend that moss in with the frog. We're also going to add it into the brown tree here. Okay, then we have green ochre. Gonna go both on the leaves and in the tree. And a little in the frog. Okay. Then we have green kelp. green. I thought that might look good up here in the mossy area. When you're pressing harder, it'll be a darker color, and then I just go up lighter, trying to just blend it in, but leaving white spaces. Little kelp in the tree too, or the leaves. Okay, we have a pinky color in here. I know we did. We used it earlier, the burnt carmine, on the little tips on these buds that they have up here. And over here. Okay. Now I'm going to add in some white, if I can find my Holbein white. What are you? No, well, you're ivory, but you're not the one I'm looking for. There you are. Okay. It's got a little piece of wood on this side I'm trying to get rid of. There we go. All right, anywhere we need a little highlight, I'm going to bring in a little of that white. pencils are falling down over here, so we can move that, and then we get to move the book a little so I can get a better angle here at the fin here. Okay. Then we're going to get a little black. If I can find black. Hey! Black. We're going to darken up the eyes here. Okay, we're going to darken up a little bit of this area here to get that wood to stand out just a bit more. We're going to add some squiggly lines in here. Turning the pencil to make sure they're sharp. Okay, a little bit up here on the fishy's eye. I'm going to make that a little bigger. Okay, Gonna add some highlights in these little eyeballs. Hopefully, if I can get one of these pens to work. If I can get the lid off of it too. Always helpful. I think I have to shake it up a little bit more. Yeah, something just clicked on my computer. Sorry about that. We have to mute that. I don't know what that was, but I had an update on my computer. It's always fun. The next day, you know, you can't get anything to work. Okay, there's a white spot here and there's a white spot here, but I'm going to add another one over here. And make that one a little bit bigger. On this side, I'm going to have to just kind of fudge it because I can't really, well, see the eye. So we're just going to add some white in there. I'm going to add a few little dots around the nose. And in the hands here. Going down the toes. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe a little on the elbows. It's going to pick up the green ink, because that's just what adding water to distress ink will do. I'm going to bring that up, make it look a little more transparent there. And then maybe add a few in here too, just to make those edges pop a little bit more. Okay. Oh, I can't close it. Well, that's good enough. We'll pretend it's closed. Okay. I'm going to lift the camera up and let you see. Okay, so that is what we have. I really want to put some blue in the background. I'm just hesitant to do it because my wrist is pretty toast right now, but I do have the broken china, which would, I think, make everything pop. And I have a little pad here. I have to be real careful around like the fish because we left white space on a lot of this and it'll turn blue. Can't even open this. Come on. So as you see, there's only half of this pad that's covered in ink, and that's all I do is I tilt it and I put the ink on there, and then when I go in, I kind of go on the project a little bit and then just pull it out, and I'm using very light pressure. And then kind of rubbing it where I want it to the darkest. if I get like a line here that I don't like, one, I can try to buff it out, which is just adding a little more ink onto that portion. Or I could use the water brush. Just adding a little more ink there is just fine. I probably will splatter this with a little bit of water, just so I get some bubbles, because, well, both our little froggy and our fish up here could be in water. Get in this area here. Got this space. I'm going to go ahead and let it go on the berries. One, because it's kind of difficult to go around them and not have it go on there. A little blue down here too. Get it darker in some spots. Okay. Then I'm going to get, I could get a little bit different color in there. Don't like that one. Chipped sapphire is a little bit darker. Sometimes it's going to add a little depth, is all it's going to do. You can put a little in there. A little in there. In here. Maybe a little down here. Okay, now what we're going to do, sorry, let's find a clean cloth, place on this washcloth. I use the Distress ink sprayer, and it kind of gives some big drops and some really tiny drops. And it doesn't add too much water to the page. So wherever you didn't like what you did, like this over here is a little, and then you just pick it up. It's going to add some nice little like bubbles in the background. For our fish and frog. The longer you let it sit, the more ink it'll pick up. There we go. So, just let it dry and I'll take a picture and put it at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.